Welcome back to NC Bassing. Just got a nice little 207, a little 2-pound spot. Finally got something going, guys. I mean, it's only 7:30. I mean, the sun just came up, but hopefully the fish are gonna start biting. The wind's gonna blow later in the day. Just back here at Pinnacle trying to figure these fish out. It's like 47. It was warm last night. Supposed to get like 62 today. Hopefully that gets the fish biting. I'm just trying to catch some fish. It's been a struggle lately. Hopefully they're biting the crankbass, fun way to catch them. But if they bite the A-rig or the jerkbait, that'd be fun too. Hopefully we can just catch some fish, figure something out. Let's see how it goes. There we go. Finally. It's all about the angles, guys. Went one way, didn't get a bite. Come back the other way and got a bite. Started throwing the A-rig for a while and couldn't get one. Get this day started with a fish on the rock crawler. And he's strong. He's not that big. Just hit it right at the boat. Speed cranking again. There we go. Little chunky guy. I just got him a little more light to actually get him to bite now. Up on the bank. Somebody lost the map. Chunky guy, finally. I was starting to worry. I mean, look what, something just chomped him right there. Probably a loon or something. Little tiny guy. There's one. Right at the boat again. Oh my. I don't know if he's huge or what. Just got to bite 2 casts in a row. Might be a really big one or he's hooked weird. Good fish, good fish. Just need the wind to start blowing. Now they're biting. Kind of wish I brought my net now though. Still not big, but and they're fighting. So fat. And that is a butterball. Always barely hooks. Look at the fatness of that fish. My goodness. Just heading towards Queens. I was going fishing. That fish is so freaking fat, guys. Gosh, again on the just letting it deflect. Get off this bridge. I mean, that fish is so fat. He's probably heavy. Let's go through the bridge. Gotta see what this fish weighs. I mean, look at the belly on that thing. This fish has been eating. That could be my PB. I doubt it, but he's so fat. Those fat fish are the ones that weigh so much. Come on, dude. 388. Man, what a spot. $388. My PB is 403. He was close to it. He's just so fat. He's probably not very long. That is a fat fish right there. It's only what, 19 and a half I think he was, but just so fat. I caught a 20 and a quarter last week. That was only 3.59, but still kind of chunky. But that is chunky on a little rock crawler 50. Speed cranking, guys. That man. Long fight, guys. I ain't seen him yet, but didn't turn the camera back on. Decent one. Ended back up over here, guys. Hooked hooked my tire and blew my reel up. Had to pick out a backlash, and the wind blew me over here, so I might as well fish the rocks again. And got one on the jerkbait. Just a little fat guy. Not a big one, just fat. These are fat pre-spawn fish for sure. We got right at 8 pounds for 3 fish. Not bad. Just need 2 more 2-pounders and we'll have a 12-pound limit. Did not expect me to have to freeze. Oh yeah. Complain about how cold it is. Seen it was gonna be 62 today. I didn't think about the wind and no sun. It's chilly. It's still nice for February, that's for sure. Should just put on my winter clothes. Ooh, he's barely hooked. Not very big. I re-hooked that fish. He was hooked in the eye and we ended up hooking. Got lucky. Had him in the front hook, or the second hook with the eye. I just seen him come up, but I guess when he came off, he got re-hooked in the chin or the lip. I got lucky. He's a little guy. We'll see what he weighs for a best 5. There's one. Been here for 2 hours and I haven't covered any water. You guys are fishing a BFL, you gotta do the opposite. You have got to cover water. The fish are there, they're gonna bite in the first 2 or 3 casts. You just gotta keep moving spots. These fish are constantly on the move. That's why I fish the bridge so much. These fish are just moving. You gotta hit it at the right time. Just get lucky that a fish pulls up the feed. They're only up there for a minute or 2 and then they're swimming again. This one's skinny. He's probably been waiting in the tournament being that skinny. Not a bad fish. I'm learning in the kayak, you gotta really fish a spot. But just keep moving just in a close area. He would not be good in the kayak. Look at his tail's gone. That fish was probably down in the hot hole on a bed or something because his fin's about gone. He's real skinny, beat up. Oh yeah, he's definitely waiting a tournament. He's got a hole in his jaw from a cold tag. About to get snagged on that chair. There we go. Right beside the chair. Man, I was scared to get hung on the chair and I caught one beside it. I was really wanting to make a video about cranking, guys, but these fish want a jerkbait now. That's kind of how it is. That early morning bite seems to be crankbait, and then the later it gets, the more you gotta go to the jerkbait. They're not gonna chase as much. Another one that just hammered it and feels big, and then it's just hooked all crazy. They're up shallow. I mean, I was kind of thinking that'd be a largemouth on that chair, but again, another one that was waiting in a tournament. Got a cold tag. It might be from the kayak tournament too, but fish. Yeah, trolling. First fish trolling. He's big at all. It's probably a freaking perch. I was thinking if I trolled over that hump, I'd get a hybrid. Well, I guess trolling does work sometimes. That's a decent little spot. That fish was out in the middle of the lake. You can catch them trolling. I mean, I know you can, but every time I've attempted to troll, I've got hung up with the A-rig. I feel like it's going too fast, but I guess you can't go too fast for these fish. Spots will hit it going. First trolling fish. There's one. He's not big, I don't think. Right where he should have been, though. There's a guy over here fishing. I was trying to get here before he went this way, but he's on the other side. Little guy. Well, guys, boys, this guy's been caught before, that's for sure. Went to the +1, got bit. +1 junior. It's not a big fish. These waves should get some fish biting, but the only two baits I need on Norman in the wintertime are a jerkbait and a crankbait. And I'll go over what I'm throwing them on and how I throw them. I'm using a Corrado DC 6'2", 151 with a Lew's Custom, a 6'8", a short rod. In this kayak, you need even shorter rod. It's hard to get a jerkbait. A 6'6" might even be better in a kayak, but you need a medium moderate. It's a moderate fast, so I can still get that jerk into the jerk bait, but it's a moderate action. See that parabolic? I can actually keep these tiny little hooks in a fish. I mean, you want to be able to give and keep your drag set, or just thumb the reel. A lot of guys thumb the reel. I usually trust my drag, but it has cost me in the past. And on my cranking setup, I'm throwing a glass rod. I tried throwing a crankbait on this a lot, and I was losing fish because that's a graphite rod. It doesn't give as much as this glass rod. You guys have seen me throw. I've had this rod for years and years at Shimano XH. I'm throwing it on a Daiwa Tatula 6'3". I've tried a 7'1", trying to speed crank like Tactical Bass, and my crankbait rolls over. I miss a lot of fish. I mean, I just reel too fast anyway, so I like a slower speed reel, but you can definitely throw a 7'1". I'm kind of speed cranking, and I'm noticing this with this kayak, the fish are hitting it close to the boat, so you really need that glass rod. I mean, you guys see how limber this rod is. It keeps those hooks pinned. You don't feel the rocks as good as you would on this rod, but that's fine. You want, when the fish bite it, a lot of times I don't even feel them bite it. You want to be able to actually get that bait in their mouth and turn, and then set in, and then you just pull into them. If you feel the bite and jerk, you usually rip it out of their mouth, especially on a crankbait. You want to actually get that bait in their mouth and hook them. And that's change the direction, or just stop reeling and let it float up is when they're biting it or banging off the rocks. You gotta be hitting the bottom. I'm throwing a rock crawler 50 today, and it's working. I've been throwing a DT6 a lot this year. It's windy today. I probably should throw something with rattles, like a Right Baits reactor. And that's what I'm throwing these two baits on. You just get you a glass rod for a crankbait and a medium moderate for a jerkbait, and you'll be good to go. See if we can catch some more. Every small one I've caught's been hooked crazy. Oh, there we go. What in the world? He's fighting weird. I got another one hooked weird. Now he's going crazy. Nice one. Already bit it when I was rolling it up. Skinny fish. Knew there'd be one on the ramp. A guy just fished this ramp and a boat just got put in here, but there's still one here at least. Fish. Oh man, right when I drilled a rock and I just let it float up, I thought I was gonna get hung up. Feels like a good one, but they all do. Get off this rock. Where is this fish? God, he's all over that rock. Oh, big old spot. Guys, I didn't say what line. I don't think I said what line. I've been using the Sniper, Super Sniper 12-pound FC Sniper. This stuff is awesome. I've only had it for 3 trips. It's a chunk. There we go. That's how they eat it when you speed crank it too. So, well, float up. Literally I could feel it going into the crevice of a rock. I'll let it float up, and he smashed it. Nice one there. 315. Of course, the camera's not going. Can't tell what size fish this is. He's probably hooked weird. Pulling it off the rock. It's lifted up. A lot of these bites I'm getting are like weird. Oh, he's hooked sideways or in the belly. And they fight when they're hooked weird. I can't even pull him up because he's hooked sideways. How little that fish is. It's so hard to... When they're hooked like that, you can't... That's how I had that one at Blythe. But he came loose right at the ramp. But I seen he was hooked like that, so I couldn't move him. Can't move them when they're like that. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what the water temperature is, but... No graph, but that fish is cold. There is so many birds over there in that pocket, but they're not diving. They're all just flying around. It makes me want to go over there, but it might be a waste of pedaling. He ain't going to help. He's like 1.5 pounds. It's like 3 o'clock. I was about to leave here shortly, but see if we can't upgrade one more time, maybe get over 13 pounds. Every time I've went over 13 pounds of Lake Norman, guys, for 5 fish, I'm pretty sure every time I've ever done it, it's been in February. It's always, February is hero or zero. You either have a crazy awesome day, especially if you get a couple of warm days in a row, you can, but you also have, like the last few trips I've had where I can't even get but 1 fish. It's either you kill them or you skunk. Fish on. God, every time you just pull it into them rocks slowly. It's not big. Went all the way to the birds, guys, and there's nothing over there. All the birds left when I got over there. Now they tricked another guy on a bass boat over there. It's a decent one, actually. Pedaled all the way over there to the birds. I seen a few of them diving, and then they just went out in the middle of the lake when I went over there. And now he went over there and they moved again. This fish is fat. Just barely hooked though. He's not big at all. He's not gonna help. He looked bigger. God, he about got me. Can you relax, fish? Hard to lip them when they're hooked to the bottom of the lip. Fat fish. They're so fat. 185. That'll get me over 13 pounds. 1305 every time.